Hey everybody, welcome to Truth About Design, where we give you candid truths and guidance on the design industry. And this time we are talking about the brutal truth about freelancing as a designer. Freelancing is a topic that junior designers frequently ask me about. They hear a lot of jazz about being location independent and working around the world as a digital nomad. And here we're going to cover what it's really like to work as an independent designer. There are some pros and there are some cons, and we're really going to get into it. But the gist of it, if you don't want to watch the whole video, is freelancing, if you are successful at it, can be much, much better than working full-time. But if you're not successful at it, it can be much, much worse than working full-time somewhere. But let's get into detail. The pros of freelancing. Well, the first one is you have more job variety and you gain more job experience faster. Freelance jobs range in length from 2 weeks to 12 months. And this is a lot shorter than the 2-3 years you spend as a designer in a full-time job on average. So every time you work on a new project, you have to get acclimated to a new work environment, a new set of people, a new set of rules, and a new set of design challenges. So you have to figure out this new environment from scratch every time you jump into a new project. And because you're a hired gun, you rarely have anyone holding you by the hand and training you. And because of this, you rapidly gain experience and learn to develop a drive and a self-sufficiency that most full-time employees lack. As a freelancer, you can also take time off whenever you want. If you want to take a month off, you can take a month off. Since you're not an employee, no boss can make extreme demands on your schedule. Now, this is huge. You just have flexibility with your time. Another big advantage of being a freelancer is you make more money, usually. A good freelancer or a good contractor will almost always make more money than a full-time employee. Your rates are higher, and you can do more things to lower your tax burden, and you can put away more money into IRAs if you're in the United States. As a freelancer, there's also less company politics. If you're working full-time at a company, you're part of their cliques and their gossip and their politics. You may be part of a group that doesn't talk to another group, or someone might get jealous because you got promoted over them. But as a hired gun, you are everybody's friend. You can use this to your advantage sometimes to push through barriers and get things done that you couldn't get done if you were working somewhere full-time. For example, when I was working at Walmart Labs, the building had 6 floors, and each floor housed a different department, and none of the departments talked to each other. But I talked to everybody and got along with everyone. So when there was a project I was working on that involved 3 different departments that never talked to each other, I was able to get them all into a room, talk the issues out, and get agreement in 30 minutes on issues that were dragging on for weeks. So those are the pros of freelancing. Let's talk about the cons, because there are quite a few. First of all, there's no paid time off. So you can take a month off whenever you want, sure, but you won't get paid. And this can lead to situations where you really could use a break, but you don't take it because not only are you spending money on the vacation, but you're also losing the money that you could be making in the time that you aren't working. So this in turn can lead to burnout because all you're doing is working. Also, another big con is that there's no benefits. So that's right. No medical, dental, vision, no 401k matching, no paid seminars, no gym memberships, no holiday parties, no gifts. You get no company perks because you are not truly a part of the company. You are a hired service worker in the same way that that team of contractors they hire to renovate the bathrooms are service workers. Also, as a freelancer or a contractor, there's no growth opportunities except for the ones you create yourself. So when I was at Google, I became aware of an internal development program they had for their full-time employees. The thing was called Google Grow. And I could see the classes, but I could not participate in them because I wasn't a full-time employee. And man, there was all kinds of stuff in there. Negotiation classes, coding classes, public speaking classes, mindfulness, time management. They had yoga classes, and they regularly had renowned speakers come in and speak on various topics. So essentially all of the things that I had to teach myself over the last decade, these people just got handed for free as part of being an employee. And it's a nice life. So as a freelancer, you have to invest in your own growth. No one will do it for you. And if you don't do it, you will quickly stagnate. Another con is taxes, paperwork, and business development. That's right. You need to do more complex taxes, you need to keep track of your expenses, you need to put away money to pay your taxes, and you need to go out and get new clients. Another con is that you often work on the least interesting projects. So companies hire freelancers and contractors when there's a spike in workload that their core team can't handle. And this means that a lot of the time you will get the work that no one else has time for or no one wants to work on. And this is especially true when you're just starting out. So Nike is not going to hire some untested freelancer to work on the new Air Jordan campaign. You're going to get the lame, uninteresting stuff. Another downside is that there's no long-term connections. The upside is you're gaining experience, but the downside is you never really spend enough time in one place to really build trust and get to know people. So you end up in a situation where you have a very large network of people that you don't know very well. And that can be kind of lonely sometimes. And also finally, you may not find work. There's a very real chance that you will go through spells of not having new client work at all. It's happened to me on more than one occasion. The longest I've gone without a new project is 9 months. So now, almost a full year of no new work. Now imagine what that does to your mind, to deal with that kind of uncertainty as your savings slowly dwindle and you don't really have any routine. It really is tough. So basically, again, freelancing can be great, but it can also be terrible. Don't believe the hype. It's not all about working remotely in beach huts in Thailand while sipping cocktails like certain groups of people would have you believe. And if you make it at freelancing, it's far better than working full-time because you make more money and you have more freedom. But if you don't make it, it is far, far worse because you will be on Fiverr and 99 Designs scraping the bottom of the barrel for job opportunities, working with unreasonable clients that pay late or not at all, and you'll have no time to invest in your own growth. It's just this insane downward spiral. So being an employee is a nice life. You can work at a good company. It's a good path to take with your life, and only a certain type of person succeeds at freelancing, and we talk about the type of person that succeeds at freelancing in another video. And if you're not that type of person, don't do it. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, send them over to info@truthaboutdesign.com. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace out.